Hello, I'm Tim Smith with the Adams County Historical Society, and we're sitting west of the town at the 14th Brooklyn Memorial, placed here in 1887. If you like our historical content on our page or some of our Civil War battlefield videos, please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. The 14th Brooklyn is one of the regiments that fought at the Battle of Gettysburg. When you study the American Civil War, the regiment is the basic unit that you need to know to understand the battle. Every regiment had 1,000 men at the beginning of the Civil War, generally 10 companies of 100 men each. Each of the companies was commanded by a captain. The regiment was commanded by a colonel. 2 years into the war, at the Battle of Gettysburg, the average size of the regiment is about 300 men. So as you go around the battlefield, every time you see a monument, there are 300 men right there. The monuments at Gettysburg sort of have a dual purpose. First of all, they mark the locations of the Northern regiments in the Battle of Gettysburg. But secondly, this monument commemorates the service of those men through the entire 4 years of their service. There are some monuments in Antietam, Chickamauga, and Shiloh, and Vicksburg, but for the most part, each regiment has one large monument. This particular unit has a monument in Antietam, but for the most part, just one monument for all the battles they fought in. And you know what's interesting about the regiments is they have names and they have nicknames. You might notice that this is the 84th New York Regiment. And when we say 84th New York, we actually mean there was a 1st New York and a 2nd New York and a 3rd New York and a 4th New York. Pennsylvania got up 210 or 215. New York got up into the 200s. So this is the 84th New York Regiment, the 84th time that the state organized 1,000 men for service. But this unit, many of the men in it also were part of the 14th Brooklyn New York State Militia. And that's why it's called the 14th Brooklyn. Other units had other designations at the Battle of Gettysburg. You might remember that the 80th New York is the 20th New York State Militia. The 83rd New York, I think, is like the 9th New York State Militia. So it's not uncommon for units to have various names or nicknames. The 14th Brooklyn were also known as the Red-Legged Devils because they wore red pants and had a red hat, and they really looked sharp when they went into battle. And of course, this unit was one of the units that was involved in the fighting against the unfinished railroad cut here west of the town of Gettysburg. But just knowing a little bit about the individual monuments as you go around the battlefield really helps you understand a lot more about the battle itself.